Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shai. All praise to Yahweh Shai. Now, I'm gonna go to this comment section, which I was in a long time ago, and there is a Pacific scoffer that ended up trying to uh, call me out for saying false doctrine. Now, on the top, you see me, and I said, "You are a Hebrew Israelite. You need to keep the law, statutes, commandments," right? And then, as you can see, I explained to this dude about who he was. But we're gonna see everything I said, right? Now to this person whose name is Zegbon, I said, alright, I'll lay some scriptures down. You are a Hebrew one and you are one of God's chosen. In Rome during 70 AD, a million Jews fled into Africa, and since then sojourned there for a long time. During this time, many of the Jews were keeping the Torah to the best of their ability. But one day the slave trade happened, and most of the people taken on ships were Jews, real Jews, not the fake Jews in Israel today. This was a direct fulfillment of Deuteronomy chapter 28. Then he said, "Thank you for giving me the information. I'm still lost, and I'll check the link. But you should have me on Snapchat to talk about this." And I said, "Sure. What's a Snapchat?" And then I said to him, "Did you watch the video of the link I sent you?" Now, we're not getting to the full point yet. You need to keep the laws to the best of your ability. Now, when I say laws, I mean commandments to the best of your ability. Like, for instance, don't eat pork. You know what I mean. Try to honor the Sabbath day. Where it says in Baruch chapter 2, verse 3, that they will awaken the land of their captivity. The they in the scripture is us. Also in Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9, it says that the Lord will bring and preserve the third, which is the elect, through the fire. And Isaiah chapter 4, verse 6 says that my people were destroyed for lack of knowledge. And then I ended up talking to the guy. Then this dude came out of nowhere and said, "Not every black person is a Hebrew Israelite. You're spreading false info." jaydinero0. When did I say in the comment section that every black person is? In matter of fact, in my comment, look, I said to jaydinero, look in the thread. When did I say that all black people are Hebrew Israelites? Please show me, tell me where I said all black people are Hebrew Israelites. Second, you said I was spreading false info. How so? So jaydinero, right? For one, you're accusing me of something I've never said. Okay? If you ever go to my channel, I say that the so-called Negroes, Mexicans, or Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites. Okay? 2. According to Scripture, we know that there is something called wheat and a tare. Let's go here. As a matter of fact, let's go to as a speckled bird. We're gonna get a few scriptures right here. Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. So we know according to Scripture that not all Israel is solely black. Israel is mixed. Israel is a speckled bird unto the Lord. Okay? As a matter of fact, let's go here. Confusion of faces. Daniel chapter 9, verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah, and to all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and far through all the countries whither thou hast driven them. Because of their trespass, they have trespassed against thee. So we know, according to Scripture, that not every black person is an Israelite. You may have some very, very, very dark-skinned people who are Edomites. You may have some very, 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 very light-skinned people who are Israelites. Okay? For we know that being a Hebrew Israelite is not a color thing. You have to get that through your mind. Being a Hebrew Israelite is not a color thing. Let's go to Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. I'm sorry, guys. That was a weird comment, man, out of nowhere. Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. So there you go, right? So by the house of their fathers, by their pedigrees. Now let's go into the blue letter. So we know that it's according to whoever your father is what you are, by the seed of your father. For the word sperma, let's get it right here. Sperma, also known as seed, from G4687, something sown including the male sperm, or by implication of offspring, specifically a remnant frequently as if kept for planting. So as you know, it's by the seed of your father, okay? Now I'm going to do another lesson today going against those people. Just because you're mixed does not mean you're a mamzer. I'm going to get those people who call uh, uh, I'm gonna go and get those people who say that mixed people and whatever are mamzers and stuff. It goes by the seed of your father. Okay? Now if that person is mixed and his dad was an Edomite, then that person is an Edomite. Now if that person is an Israelite and had a child with the Edomite woman, then that child is an Israelite. Okay? But I'm going to go on another lesson, a separate lesson about what a mamzer is, okay? Now let's go to Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And hold on, let's get it right here. Yallad. Let's see what Yallad means. Yallad, a primitive root to bear young, causatively to beget, medically to act as midwife, specifically to show lineage. And how do you show lineage? Through the sperma, through the seed of your fathers. Bear, beget, birthday, born, so on and so forth. Okay, so going back to this person's comment, okay, jaydinero0, I know not every black person is an Israelite. I know there are black people who aren't Israelites, okay? Or so-called black people who aren't Israelites. I know there are some white people that are not Edomites. Some white people may be Israelites, okay? But let's go to this scripture right here. Wheat and tare. Matthew 13, verse 24. Okay. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is... Hold on, let me keep going. Let me just get 13. Another parable, but he went forth. The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while the man slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. Now, who are the tares? The tares are those who may look like Israelites, but aren't Israelites. Right? But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto them, Wilt thou then we go and gather them? But he said, Nay, lest we gather up the tares, ye also the wheat with them. So, right, basically, you're not going to be able to distinguish all the time 100% who's an Israelite and who's not. Okay? You may have some Israelites who are dark-skinned, but they might be an Edomite. You may have some Israelites who are or light-skinned who are Israelites. You know, you may look at a brother who's a so-called Mexican, right? But he is an Israelite, right? Or a Native American, and then he or she is an Israelite. right? But sometimes that's not always the case. Now, verse 30, let both grow together until the harvest, and in time of the harvest. And I would say to reapers, gather you fierce the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Right. So the tares, so the only one who's going to be able to distinguish between the tares and the wheat is when the time of the harvest of the reaping comes. Okay? So I had to come and just correct this person real quick because I don't know where this person even got this info that I said that every black person was a Hebrew Israelite. I'm not sure if I've ever said that. Okay, but even if I did, you could check my videos that I support that you are the seed of your fathers and that the so-called Negroes, Mexicans, and Native Americans are the Israelites. Okay, now jaydinero0, I'm gonna go on your channel real quick. All right then. So now that's gonna be all for this lesson. All praise to Yahweh Bashem Yeshai. All praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Come on, man.